grab me.
Told that as many as 40 people may have died along that stretch of highway, crushed by the collapse of the highway itself in their cars. All in all, and you'll have to forgive me, this is getting to be, as the evening progresses, a bit of a mess as we pull information together here. But all in all, I am told that as best the authorities can determine, there have been in excess of 50 fatalities. That is essentially just in the Bay Area, but the epicenter of the earthquake itself was not in the San Francisco Bay Area. It was about 40 or 50 miles to the south, more in the area of Hollister, San Jose, and Santa Cruz, and it is down there where they may have had some of the worst damage. Again, the great problem in compiling this information is that the phone lines, as you can imagine, are burdened. AT&T put out an appeal earlier this evening saying during one 5-minute segment they had as many as 1 million phone calls in 5 minutes coming into the San Francisco area, and they are pleading with consumers around the country, recognizing that many of you desperately want to get in touch with friends and loved ones and relatives. They are pleading with you to let them call out and reach you rather than the other way around. What's happening is that the earthquake struck at about 8 o'clock this evening Eastern Time, 5:04 Pacific Time, and what has been happening since then has just been one piece of information after another, sort of coming in snippet by snippet. Let me just explain to you what we're going to be doing now. We will be taking a break in just a few seconds, and then we will be coming back at 11:30 Eastern Daylight Time with our regular edition of Nightline. This is Ted Koppel in Washington.
This special report came to you from ABC News. We now resume our regular program schedule.
An earthquake of major proportions hits California from San Jose north to the Bay Area of San Francisco. A section of the Bay Bridge connecting Oakland and San Francisco collapses. As many as 40 people killed in their cars as an Oakland highway collapses. And in San Francisco tonight, electricity is out, there are gas leaks, and dozens of fires. Good evening, I'm Ted Koppel in Washington, and this is Nightline. What we're going to be doing tonight, obviously, is a continuation of our story.
This is ABC News Nightline. Reporting from Washington, Ted Koppel.
What we're going to be doing is a little bit fragmented this evening, as I hope you can understand. We have been covering this story all evening long. I'm going to go now immediately to my colleague Sydney Kohara out at KGO in San Francisco and have her bring you up to date on what is happening out there. Sydney?
Hello, Ted. I can see you, but I can't exactly hear you at this particular point. But what I want to do right now is just kind of go through, even though I don't know if you're asking me questions, I'll let you know what we do know at this point. I wish I could tell you, I wish I had better news at this particular time, but the news I'm getting at this time is grim. What we're looking at now, I told you a little bit earlier about the I-880. That is a part of a freeway in Oakland that collapsed on top of another part of that freeway. We are looking at 40 to 50 dead in that particular accident. We had 30 to 40 ambulances going through that area. Now, this isn't counting accident. We know that there is one confirmed dead there. We also had in San Francisco, there are 7 confirmed dead south of Market, which is just to the south part of the Bay Bridge that comes into the city. Also, you know that there was the huge fire in the Marina District, which is very close to the Golden Gate Bridge. It is between the Golden Gate Bridge and the downtown area. There was a huge fire there. They have no word of fatalities. What you're looking at now is some videotape a little bit earlier of that spectacular fire in the Marina District. earlier when we talked, I couldn't really tell you why I thought those buildings had collapsed when I was in a 6-story building not but a mile away, and things seemed to be fine. What I understand now is that part of the city, the Marina District, very close to the Golden Gate Bridge, is built on a landfill, so it's not very stable. Those buildings would, I assume, be the first to collapse. The scary part, too, is a lot of problems with some natural gas in that area. I understand that throughout the streets of San Francisco, there is a very heavy smell of natural gas, and there are people that are still walking around a little bit dazed, not sure what to do. It's particularly frightening, too, in that area because while there are a lot of, it's a so-called yuppie neighborhood, there are a lot of elderly people that live there. So, unfortunately, I would imagine that the death toll is going to go higher in that area until they can finally get some crews in there and they can figure out get all the people accounted for at this time. But we do know that there are 40 to 50 confirmed dead now on the I-880, the Nimitz Freeway in Oakland.
All right, Sydney, can you hear me now?
Yes, now I can hear you, Ted.
All right, very good. Thank you very much. We may be coming back to you a little bit later. That, incidentally, we're looking right now at the Bay Bridge, which connects Oakland and San Francisco. And those of you who are just joining us, we have shown this several times during the course of the evening. You can see where a segment of the upper level of that bridge literally collapsed onto the lower segment. There, I assume that's in downtown San Francisco. We're looking at one of the major department stores there, I Magnum, and you can see that there has been tremendous damage with shattered glass. But perhaps the best way to give you a sense of what has been happening is not just to show you the pictures, but let you see the faces and hear the voices of San Franciscans and Bay Area residents and how they have reacted to today's earthquake in San Francisco.